Speaking of people who are running for Senate and actually doing well, we mentioned Dan Osborne yesterday. I don't know where he stands on the filibuster reform, but he definitely supports a woman's right to choose. And he's putting out this is a great advertisement. He's running as an independent for Senate in Nebraska against the two-term Republican Senator Deb Fischer. And this is a pretty good ad.
The U.S. Senate is a bunch of millionaires controlled by billionaires. My opponent, Deb Fischer, is part of the problem. She's taken so much corporate cash, she should wear patches, like NASCAR. She's gotten 10 times richer in the Senate. She hasn't held a public town hall since 2017. She promised to cut the deficit. She lied. She signed a 2-term pledge, lied about term limits too. Deb lies. We just get stuck with the bill. Thanks, Deb. More of our money wasted. I'm Dan Osborne, an industrial mechanic who's actually worked for a living, a Navy vet, Nebraskan, independent. You're going to hear a lot about me from Deb's donors. The truth is, I'm running for U.S. Senate because people aren't getting a fair shake. Costs are too high, the border's a mess. People like Deb waste our tax dollars on handouts to billionaires and corporations. If you want someone who works for them, vote for Deb. If you want someone who works for you, consider me. I'm Dan Osborne. I approve this message because the only thing on the back of my jacket is Nebraska.
Do they sell that jacket?
That's a good jacket. It's interesting because obviously being a Republican would be good. How the border issue gets deployed there, like the border's a mess. I'd be curious, how he elaborates that further. But I would just note that what's the guy that's trying to run against Ted Cruz, Allred, also ran to the sort of right on the border against Biden. So that's apparently something people think that is good for campaigns.
Maybe in red states. I think there's going to be plenty of things that we don't agree with Osborne, but it's a vote. I mean, just in terms of the courts.
Yep.
Just in terms of the courts alone, it would make a big difference. But that's a possible pickup. And right now, with what's going on in Montana, people are talking about Texas and Florida and Nebraska. And it sounds like donors are starting to line up to fund in Texas and in Florida. I'd be surprised if there wasn't some support going into Osborne as well. That's a big deal. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.